Hello, I'm Emmanuella and you're welcome to this channel. This is YoungNaijaMum. Today I'm going to be doing the mom tag and I'm going to be answering a series of questions which identify me as a mom. Let's get into this. The first question here says, how old were you when you had your first child? I was 26 years old when I had my baby. The hardest thing about being pregnant for 9 months. My pregnancy was fairly easy. I didn't really have a lot of symptoms in my first trimester, but the major symptom that I had in my second trimester till the end of my pregnancy that really bothered me was my fatigue and bloating. Yeah, fatigue is that feeling of tiredness that you continuously have. You know, I was always so tired after working for a few hours, say 2 to 3 hours. I'll feel tired, I'll feel like resting. That's the fatigue part. Then the bloating was so severe that I more or less only had breakfast and dinner. Sometimes my dinner could be just fruits. You know, you'll get to hear stories from some other pregnant women that eat a lot, that eat a whole lot because they are pregnant. That the reverse was the case with me. Rather than eating a lot, I ate sparingly. Meanwhile, people that know me know that I'm a foodie, such that I don't miss my breakfast, lunch and dinner. But when I was pregnant, I felt so full, perhaps because of the space that my baby was taking in my tummy. I could not really accommodate a lot of food, so I always felt bloated. I only managed to eat breakfast and dinner, and I made sure that whenever I ate something nutritious that was beneficial to my body as well as to my baby. Can you think of any good thing you enjoyed during those 9 months? The one thing that I enjoyed during those 9 months was the fact that I slept at will and I cooked at will. Like I said, I was always feeling so fatigued, so I took it easy on myself. Whenever I felt too tired to walk, I'll just find a corner to go to and I'll take my rest. Yeah, I didn't let it bother me or bother my work at all. I just took out time to rest. Yes, I slept a lot. Cooking, the other thing was that I cooked at will. I just told my husband, dear, I'm tired, I cannot cook. Dear, what I'm going to eat tonight is fruits, because you know, besides the fact that I'm fatigued and tired, I always felt bloated also, like I mentioned in the previous question. So sometimes all I had for dinner was fruits, and of course whenever I was having that, I made sure to put my husband in consideration. Yeah, the one other thing I enjoyed during my pregnancy period was the kicking of my baby. You know, I was more or less, his kicking was quite slight and you probably wouldn't notice if you were not the one carrying him. So I always enjoyed that kicking experience. In my own opinion, were all the things I heard about childbirth accurate or way off? I really can't say accurate, if they were accurate or if they were way off. There were some things that turned out to be accurate and there were some other things that were way off. I found out from my experience that each person's experience is totally different. You cannot compare your own experience during pregnancy to my experience during pregnancy, because we are different individuals. We have different pain threshold. We have different, you know, you can imagine I didn't have any symptoms. Most people didn't realize that I was pregnant until my way into my second trimester. Do you understand? My tummy was not big. Do you understand? Until I started, you know, wearing a little more revealing clothes. My tummy was not big. I didn't have symptoms. I was not vomiting. I was not spitting. Nada. All I had as a symptom of a pregnant woman was bloating and fatigue, and that was it. So you can't compare that to another person's experience because it's totally different. It's going to be totally different. Would you have handled childbirth differently if you could redo it? No. I enjoyed my childbirth to an extent. and I didn't have any difficulties whatsoever, so I wouldn't redo it. The only thing that I might say I might want to do next time, or that I could have done better, was attending more pre-birth classes, because during the labor, the particular nurse that was attending to me was asking me some questions that I really could not answer coherently, because I did not attend the pre-birth classes. Irrespective of whatever thing I might have read up on YouTube or online, it did not make up for having that personal one-on-one communication with a nurse that was supposed to be, attending to me during the actual labor. So if I wanted to do anything, maybe I will attend more pre-birth classes. So that's also an extension of an advice to every expecting mother there. Attend the pre-birth classes. It will help you a lot, so you won't look lost while having your delivery. What has been the hardest thing about being a mom? Oof. That is a question, is $1 million question. The hardest thing for me so far about being a mom is striking a balance between my work life, my mom life, and my own personal life. The thing with becoming a mother is that you are no longer caring for yourself. You're no longer caring. Your husband is an adult, so you can probably care for himself. You are no longer caring for yourself. You're no longer having your husband's care. You're also having someone that is totally dependent on you. You have to care for your baby, and you have to find the same 24 hours that every single person out there is using to care for yourself, your husband, your job, and your baby. You understand? So that striking the balance, it's really weighed down on me, especially when I started working. I live in a country where the maximum you can get for maternity leave is 6 months, and that is only if you are working with the government. Not to consider those of us that are working in private organizations where they don't even think of maternity leave as something that should be taken in the first place. So that was really hard on me, striking that balance. Right now my baby is 1 year 5 months, and I'm just getting my feet down, getting balanced, having the feel of what it is to balance motherhood, work, and my own personal life. The other thing that was has been very hard for me so far from being a mom is my weight. I've always been a slim person. I've always been slim while growing up, and up till my teenage and my college days, I've been a slim person. However, when I got pregnant, I started gaining weight, which is normal for a pregnant person. You gain weight, you gain the weight that you need for your baby, so your baby could also grow healthily. However, when I put to bed, I grew so big. I appeared so big and chubby. Initially, I liked it. In retrospect, I realized that it was all water weight. It was all baby fats that, of course, needed to be loosed. And of course, eventually, I loosed it. Now, the funny thing is the fact that on my losing that baby fat, it's made it appear, together with me having to balance my work, together with home, together with my baby, it appeared that I really lost too much weight by the time I'd lost those baby fat. It appeared that I'd lost too much weight, and I started seeming sick to people, such that people were asking me, are you alright? Are you alright? At first, I didn't bother about it because I thought, oh, it's normal. I'm supposed to lose my baby fat. But then when people started asking me questions like, are you alright? Are you okay? I started getting bothered. Am I looking sickly? Am I sick? Am I alright? And where I went for a medical checkup in the hospital. So yeah, I got checked up. But then I realized that, from like what the doctor said, it's a combined factor of the fact that I'm working, I'm taking care of my home, I'm taking care of my baby, and I also have to take care of myself. Maybe I had not been concentrated on taking care of myself well enough. That was the major cause of the seeming loss of weight. So realizing that the weight that I now have is not so far, is in fact much better than my initial weight before I got pregnant. Yeah, initially I was weighing 55 kg before my pregnancy. That's why I got married. And then Now I'm still close to 60 kg. I think I'm still 50. Last time I was 58 point something, about 59 kg, which is not too far off from 60 kg, considering the fact that I used to be 54 kg, 55 kg. When I realized, I said that okay, it's not as if I'm being sickly. I'm not way beyond my initial weight. So the only thing is just that I've lost all of the baby fat, and if I needed to gain much more, I have to work more on my weight gain. The rewarding thing about being a mom is showing off my handsome, healthy boo and a smile. So my baby, you see, my baby is so fine. Yeah, my baby is so fine. If you want to see how fine he is, you can follow his Instagram page. The most surprising thing I discovered about being a mom, guess what? That I don't look like a mom. Yeah, a lot of people give me that compliment. You don't look like a mom. Are you sure? I mean, I know of a particular person that consistently asks after my baby just to make sure that I don't actually deny having a child. I'm like, seriously? Yeah, I want to see whether you deny that you have a child. I'm like, why will I deny that I have a child? Because you don't look like a mom. I'm like, okay. Yeah, so that's the most surprising thing that I get from people. A lot of people don't even realize that I'm married, except I'm wearing my ring. And even when they see that I'm married, when I have to tell them that, oh, I'm going home to my baby, they be like, you have a child. They have that surprise. Because it surprises me right back that they are surprised at the fact that I'm a mom. What's the best memory you have involving your child? The best memory I have is the actual birth experience. You know, that memory is a memory that I'll continuously cherish. Unfortunately, I couldn't keep it on. I didn't record it. I wish I had recorded it, and say my husband had captured the moment. But it's something that I'll never forget. As exhilarating as it had been, as exhausting an experience that it might have been, something that I will never forget, and I would always cherish all the days of my life. What was the most exciting milestone? That I cannot say the most, but I can tell you all the milestones that I remember. I remember the time we got home when he clocked 6 weeks. You know, when he was 6 weeks old. I took pictures when he was 3 months old. I took pictures when he was 6 months old. Yeah, I really enjoyed the 6 months milestone. We took special pictures. It fell in the Christmas period. It was during this period last year. That's in year 2019. So it was 6 months in December 2019, and we went to the studio. We took a lot of pictures, nice pictures, beautiful pictures, those that are related to Christmas, as well as those that are related to the fact that it was 6 months old. And then of course it clocked 1 year. However, the 1 year milestone was one that fell within the deep of the pandemic, such that we could not really celebrate as much as I would have loved to have it. Yeah, the other milestones that I really remember was when he started stand. You know, when the first time he stood up. I remember the first time I realized that he started growing teeth. The first set of teeth he grew was two teeth in this lower gum. And then he grew another 2 teeth in the upper gum, and then the two teeth some more. So I could remember that. Yeah, and then I cherished the day he started walking. The worst thing your child has ever done, I really can't think of anything as the worst thing that my baby has ever done. Now, I'm not saying that's not to say that he's a saint or that he doesn't do bad things. Yeah, he does a lot of things that I admonish him for as soon as I can, but I cannot think of something that I would call the worst thing that he has ever done now. Next question says, what habit did you wish your child didn't have? A habit. You see, the thing is, he's a growing kid. Like I said, he's 1 year 5 months old now, and I got to realize that his habits changes with time as he grows older. You know, he develops he picks up different habits, maybe from different people, from the place that he stays, his crutch, or people around. Yeah, I remember one one funny experience. We were in church, and then another child that was just a month younger than he is was hungry. I don't know, he was pissed off by maybe his mom or something. So the boy was trying to show off his anger, and then he fell flat on the ground and started rolling on the floor. So I didn't like that, but that was his own means of showing he was angry, and his mother understood that, oh, whenever he's angry, that's what he does. So my baby was looking on. My baby never did that before, only for us to get home that Sunday. And then he got hungry for whatever he got hungry for, I can't remember. And then he also went down to the floor and started rolling off on the floor. I'm like, what the hell? Don't do that. We don't show our anger by rolling on the floor. So I admonished him that day not to do that. So I realized that he can pick up different habits. The ones I want him to retain, I don't bother to correct it, but those that I do not like, that I don't want my baby to have, I admonish him as immediately, so that he doesn't do them anymore. What habits of theirs makes you most proud? Oh my, if you are Nigerian, you probably understand this habit much more. There's this, I don't know if it's a Nigerian thing or something, but when adults see a child maybe eating sweet or eating biscuits, we are fond of saying, okay, yeah, give me. Like asking to see if the child is willing to share. It always melts my heart and makes me so proud every time any adult does that to my baby, because he's always willing to share, he's always willing to give. You know, my baby gives easily with no strings attached. He's not the kind of baby that and then go crying. The worst that he will do is go and take another one. But you know, he gives willingly, he shares, he's so willing to share with his peers as well as adults. So that really warms my heart, and I'm so proud of that attitude of his. It says, do you share any similarities with your child, both physical and personality? Okay, physically, I'll say I don't know. This is a disclaimer, it's an ongoing discussion. Perhaps because it's still growing up. There's this story, there's this picture that my brother and I took when we were very young, and then he posted that picture up during my birthday earlier this year. So that picture, when I look at that picture, and then I realized that my face looked almost exactly the same way my baby's face looked during his 6 months old photo shoot. And I realized, like, what is this my face, or it just looks like it's my face? Because I was hairy in that picture, and then, you know, had no cut his hair in the 6 months picture also. So it made me realize that this boy looks like me. However, a lot of people, I wouldn't know if it's the truth or not, claim that he looks a lot like his grandmother, his paternal grandmother, who is also a little bit fair-skinned and chubby kind of. So it makes me think that, okay, maybe when he grows up, we'll eventually find out the particular person he looks like. Because I remember my brother growing up too, he didn't take on the face that he has right now until maybe he reached puberty. And then that face of the Adenoko family just popped on his face, you know, like such that if you see him, you say that's an Adenoko. Do you understand? So I wouldn't know, maybe when he grows up, he will choose the particular face that he really wants to look like, and then there will be no controversy about it. In personality, there's a lot of things that he does. I'll be like, are you copying me? Or I'm looking at I'll feel like I'm looking at myself in my baby. So it looks like it does a lot of things that makes me see that my personality is actually reflective in my baby. Next question says, where would you like your child to be in 10 years? In 10 years, I would like him to be in God. I would like him. Having a child has taught me the fact that you can learn anything. All you need is to put your mind to it, and then you can learn anything. Because with a child, you have to learn how to mop while carrying a baby, how to cook while your baby is with you. You know, yeah, so you can learn anything. There's nothing you cannot do. You know, you might think that you don't have the ability to care for another child. When you have a child, you grow that supernatural ability to care for someone else. Did you imagine that you'll be a mom at the age that you became a mom? Yes. Describe your child in a single sentence. That's a hard one to tackle, but then I'll say is an fun, understanding, and young champ. How have you changed as a person since becoming a mom? Yeah, becoming a mom made me realize the fact that my baby is watching my every move and my every words. So I've made a conscious effort to watch what I say, to watch what I do, and to be as positive as is possible, especially when it's around. Because I see that he's looking, he's recording every single thing that is going on around him, and he is looking for that opportunity to practicalize that which he's been absorbing from his environment. And if you are negative around him, he would definitely display that negativity, as well as if you are positive around him, you would also display the positivity. So I watch what I do, I watch what I say, especially in his presence. It's also good for my own health. So I've come to the end of this video. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you really enjoy the video. You can put your thoughts in the comment section down below with relations to the video, as well as let me know what else you'd like to see on this channel. I will be glad to oblige you. Until next time.